Hey, welcome back to Delectable You, recipes for food and for life. Today, we are making vegan stracciatella ice cream. Fear not, if you do not have an ice cream maker, you can still make this recipe. I'm gonna show you how to do it. If you do have one, that's even better. They're not too expensive, so I highly recommend investing in one if you're going to be getting into the ice cream making field, which I also recommend. This recipe came from one of my favorite vegan dessert cookbooks. It's called Nice Cream. I've tried about 4 or 5 of the recipes in here and I love them. I adapt them a little bit. They're all fantastic. So for you ice cream lovers out there who have trouble with dairy, that's a good book for you. In the meantime, I'm going to show you how to make this one, and it will bridge the gap between the time that you have the book and now. So let me stop talking and show you what to do. Okay, high-powered blender, you know it's one of my favorite appliances to have in the kitchen, so I've got mine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of cashews that I've had soaking overnight, so they're nice and soft. That goes in there. Then I've got a can, this is 15 ounces, oh this is 13.5, so 13.5 to 15 fluid ounce can of coconut milk. Don't use light coconut milk, use full fat coconut milk, because we want this ice cream to be creamy. So all of that goes in there. Okay. All right, now we're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, and the original recipe calls for 3 to 4 tablespoons of maple syrup. I don't like things as sweet, so I'm only gonna put 2. You get to decide what you're gonna do. It's good enough for me. Oh, just lick the finger. Okay, that's all we need. But we also need a lid. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna blend this on high speed until it's nice and smooth and creamy, so maybe about a minute or 2. I think it's ready, let's see. Oh yeah, it's ready. It smells delicious. So you could just drink it like that. Actually, you really could. But let's not do that. Let's make ice cream out of it, okay? Move this aside. If you have an ice cream machine, now is the time to grab it. This one has a really short cord, so bear with me. Now I just need the bowl from the freezer. Okay, so put the freezer bowl of your ice cream machine into its spot, basically. And then I believe this goes like this. And we turn this in here. Lock it in. All right. Ice cream is about to happen. Okay, now turn it on. And pour your ice cream into the machine. Okay. For those of you who don't have an ice cream machine, I'm going to tell you what to do in just a minute. For those of you who do, we're going to move on to step 2, which is to melt your chocolate. So come on over to the stove top with me. Okay, so you have an ice cream machine, you're going to melt chocolate into your vegan stracciatella ice cream. I have 85% dark chocolate. It's a 3.5 ounce bar. If you don't like to go that dark, then go to 75 or 70 or whatever you like better. The darker the better though, okay? The darker the better for your health. So just break up this bar into little pieces, okay? And now I've just taken about 1 inch of water, brought it to a boil, and turned it off. Now I'm gonna put a metal bowl on top of the pot. This is what's known as a bain-marie, and I'm gonna melt the chocolate down. But the heat is off. If you have the heat on too high and the water is constantly boiling while you're trying to melt chocolate, you run the risk of burning the chocolate, which makes it taste really bitter, which is no fun for anybody. All right. right, oof, this is just about melted, so now we're gonna take it off the heat and take it on over to our ice cream machine. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're using an ice cream machine, what you're gonna do is you're gonna wait until the ice cream is almost ready. This has been going for about 10 minutes and the ice cream is almost ready. Then you add the chocolate in. You don't wanna add it before because then it'll just kind of turn into a chocolate ice cream instead of a stracciatella, which is vanilla ice cream with chocolate swirled into it, okay? So let's swirl this in. Okay, so you might need to, oh, that's so much better now, it's not so loud. Now you might need to just take a spatula and just kind of break the chocolate up a little bit and let it keep going a little bit longer. And then once it's ready, once it's just about set, you can just serve it right away, or you can put it in a fun little ice cream container in your freezer, and when you're ready to take it out to eat it, because it doesn't have any preservatives like the store-bought stuff, you take it out a little bit, like 10-15 minutes before you're going to eat it, to let it what's it called, thaw. I don't know where my words are today. To let it thaw out, because otherwise it'll be rock hard and it's very hard to serve. For those of you who do not have an ice cream machine, when you are finished blending it in the blender, what you're gonna do is you're gonna pour it into an ice cream container, or I would even do like a loaf pan or a square pan that you would normally bake in. Maybe line it with some parchment paper, pour that in. Break up your chocolate into really small pieces, so even chop it up if you have to, and fold that into the ice cream right away. Then you put it in the freezer, and then every 30 minutes or so, you just go with a spoon into the freezer and mix up your ice cream so that it doesn't crystallize in weird places and it gets a nice, smooth, creamy texture without the ice cream machine. So that's it. That's how you make vegan stracciatella ice cream. I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been Lauren with Delectable You, and I will see you again next time.